'cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way.
The highly anticipated new Korean drama, Love Next Door, has finally started with Jung Hae-in and Jung So-min as the main characters. As is known, the two actors in the main roles, Jung Hae-in and Jung So-min, have incredible popularity both globally and in South Korea. So when the drama Love Next Door was announced, some people thought this would be the favorite Korean drama of 2024. For your information, Love Next Door is a romantic comedy Korean drama with a spectacular cast playing various passionate characters. Episode 1 of Love Next Door is basically an introduction to some of the main characters and gives us a little insight into how they know each other. The episode begins with the four ajumas on a hike, discussing their lives, until it becomes a fight about who has the better child between Sung Hyo's mother and Suk Ryu's mother. Sung Hyo is a successful architect in South Korea, while Suk Ryu works in the US in the IT industry. Both mothers are very proud of their children, and although they love each other's company, the fight never stops when it comes to who is the more successful parent. On the other hand, we see Sung Hyo talking to a woman who has worked in the funeral business for 20 years. He tells her that he wants to be sincere in his work, which is why he wanted to interview her. However, he gets a call in the middle of the interview to remind him that he has an award ceremony to attend. He won a creative award at the Magazine Design Awards, where he didn't make a speech but just said thank you and mentioned his company's name at the last moment. Meanwhile, Suk Ryu is on a flight, on his way back to Seoul. No one knows about this except his friend Moeum. See, Suk Ryu has made some big decisions that no one in his family knows about. He's returning home to tell them, and will likely be back for good. When Moeum meets Suk Ryu at the airport, she asks why her mother didn't know he was coming back. Suk Ryu tries to avoid the conversation. At the same time, his mother tells her friends that Suk Ryu is the more successful of the two because he's getting married in the US. Suk Ryu and Moeum spend a few hours together, trying to get spicy tteokbokki, which is too spicy for Suk Ryu since his palate is basically American now. When Suk Ryu's brother shows up at the restaurant, he asks his friend to hide with him. That's when Moeum realizes that he came without telling anyone. Suk Ryu pretends that this is a surprise visit, and they buy a bunch of balloons to have fun. Eventually, Moeum, who is a paramedic, gets a call at work and has to rush over for an emergency. This leaves Suk Ryu all alone. When he returns to his neighborhood, he sees that the sauna on the corner has disappeared, and a new building has been built there, apparently funded by the government. That's when he meets Sung Hyo, who happens to work in that building. It's his new office.
I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep.
We later learn that Sung Hyo and Suk Ryu were forced into that sauna by their mothers when they were little. That's how they got to know each other. Now, as adults, they can't stop bickering. When the mothers return home, Suk Ryu hides in an old box and tells Sung Hyo to side with him. Although he initially refuses, he eventually sides with her and pretends that the suitcase is his, distracting their mothers. To avoid going home, Suk Ryu goes into Sung Hyo's new building. Sung Hyo tells him that it would have made more sense if he had talked to his mother sooner rather than later. He could tell something was wrong. Sung Hyo and Suk Ryu end up walking home together, and we learn that they live next door to each other on the street. Suk Ryu layers himself up with his many winter jackets, because he knows his mother will beat him up. That's what happens, but instead of Suk Ryu getting hit, Sung Hyo gets hit, because he somehow feels protective of him. Suk Ryu tells his mother about two big decisions in his life. He's breaking off his engagement and also quitting his job. This discussion takes place in front of the house, where his father has just returned from grocery shopping. He fainted several times hearing his daughter, until he told his wife that they should listen to what Suk Ryu said. However, his wife did not want to do that, and Suk Ryu finally ran. grabbing Sung Hyo's hand. Love Next Door episode 14's rating increased after Jung So-min hugged Jung Hae-in because she accepted his proposal. Previously, in the drama Love Next Door, Jung So-min played the character Baek Suk-ryu and Jung Hae-in played the character Choi Sung-hyo. Meanwhile, Love Next Door episode 14 aired yesterday, 29/09. Today, 30/09, based on the Nielsen Career Report, the rating for episode 14 of Love Next Door increased compared to the previous episode. Love Next Door episode 14 received a rating of 7.110% for the national area and 8.179% for the Seoul metropolitan area. In this episode, there was a fairly high increase in rating compared to episode 13, which received a rating of 5.410% for the national area and 5.857 for the Seoul metropolitan area. So this episode experienced a rating increase of 1.7% for the national area and 2.322% for the Seoul metropolitan area. In addition, this episode also still holds the top position in the top list 10 cable daily TV program category on Sunday, 29/09. Meanwhile, the scene of episode 14 ends with a romantic scene that occurs between Jung So-min and Jung Hae-in. At first, Jung So-min rejected Jung Hae-in's proposal, but seeing Jung Hae-in's sincerity and confession, she finally gave in. The touching scene also made them hug each other. However, in the last seconds of this episode, Jung Hae-in and Jung So-min were caught by their parents. It seems that their secret relationship has been revealed and known by both of their parents. In addition, actor Jung Hae-in was confirmed to appear on the variety show You Quiz on the Block. Reported from the Sumpi page, on Monday, 30/09, Osun reported that Jung Hae-in will be a guest star on the You Quiz on the Block show. Jung Hae-in is scheduled to film with You Quiz on the Block hosts Yoo Jae-suk and Cho Se-ho. In response to the report, CJENM confirmed the news by revealing the airing schedule for Jung Hae-in's episode. CJENM revealed that Jung Hae-in's episode is scheduled to air on October 9th at 8:45 p.m. Korea Standard Time. The Love Next Door actor's appearance on You Quiz on the Block is part of his promotions for his upcoming film, I, The Executioner, also known as Veteran 2. During the show, Jung Hae-in will share behind-the-scenes stories from the film I, The Executioner, share his experience working with Hwang Young-min, reflect on his viral fan service during a stage greeting event, and more. Meanwhile, Jung Hae-in is currently starring in the hit TVN drama Love Next Door. Jung Hae-in's character in the drama marks his first role in a romantic comedy.